Hey, welcome back. Thanks for checking out this video. Hope you're having a fantastic day. This is one for all the Caitlin Clark fans that get exhausted by the nonsense of people always coming back and she's overrated. She's a terrible player. She can't handle the physicality. She can only shoot the three. She's a turnover machine. Blah blah woof woof. All that wonderful stuff that they can only emote on. So let's run through. We're 15 games through a 40 game season. Okay, what's that? 3/8, 37.5% of the way through the season. It's a big chunk. So, and an incredibly rough start in terms of the schedule, right? So, through those 15 games, what has Caitlin done? She's been the fastest to 200 points, 75 assists, and 75 rebounds. Her current numbers 16.1 points per game, 5.1 rebounds per game, 6.2 assists per game, 1.3 steals per game, and an even one block per game. I was going to save it for later, but Caitlin Clark had more blocks yesterday than the 6'3", 6'4" plays inside Angel Reese has had all season long. Let that sink in. So, a couple of stats that take into consideration the type of shots people take. For example, the field goal percentage, which takes into consideration that the three is obviously worth more than the two when you shoot it. So, adjusted, Caitlin Clark is 48.9%, which is slightly ahead of Diana Taurasi. Olympian Diana Taurasi, 48.7. Angel Reese is at 37%. Her TS percentage is at 56%. This it measures shooting efficiency that includes 2-point, 3-point, and free throws. So hers is at 56%. Angel Reese is at 46%. Diana Taurasi, for a fair comparison, 53.5%. As a rookie, I just gave you Caitlin's stats. Just over 16 points, just over 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 1.3 steals, and a block. Taurasi for her entire rookie season, 17 points, 4.4 rebounds, which is lower, 3.9 assists, which is lower. She did make the All-Star team and the Olympic team that year. Let's take a look at most points by a rookie in a game so far this season. First is Caitlin Clark with 30. Second is Caitlin Clark with 30. Third is Caitlin Clark with 23, tied with Aaliyah Edwards, who also had 23. Next is Caitlin Clark with 22. Then Caitlin Clark with 21, tied with Cameron Brink, who had a game with 21. Then it's Caitlin Clark with 20. And then it's Caitlin Clark with 20, tied with Angel Reese, who had a game of 20. And as I said, the 6-foot point guard who apparently can't play defense had more blocks yesterday than Angel Reese has had all season. Do I need to say that again? Look, she has now this one is you can't point to a number, but it's clear if you watch it. She's got an incredibly high basketball IQ. She's really, really smart on the court. That might be one of the reasons her coach is jealous of her. She's an incredible passer. And a good example of just overall IQ and awareness is look at the last play of the half against the Sky. She dribbled into the paint. Five, yes, all five defenders collapsed on her. She threw the ball out, wide open three, end of the half. She makes her teammates better, both because of, well, I shouldn't even say both, it's multiple things. Her high basketball IQ, the fact that she draws the attention that she draws, that no other player draws, from face guarding all the way up the court, even if she's behind the ball, to just the attention, like I mentioned, with the five players on her, to, you know, guarding her in between your own free throws. And she's an incredible passer. If players are going to move to get open, she will get the ball. No one has ever drawn the defensive attention that Caitlin Clark has drawn. So even for the haters, when it seems to you like she's not having an impact, she's having an impact. Even when she's just standing in the corner, her team is better because she's on the floor. Now, of course, if sides were to just put her in the corner all game, every game, the other team might eventually slack off on that, but that's not what's happening yet. And to her passing, the more I watch her play, the more I think she might be a better passer than she is shooter, which is insane. But and as soon as her team realizes that and starts moving more and actually catching those passes, that's going to make a big, big difference. Here's another cool one for you. 15 career games so far. This is Clark's fifth, despite all the nonsense and isolating her out of the offense and not running plays for her. Fifth game of 20 points or 20 plus, right? 20 plus points, five or more assists, and five or more rebounds. Now, the most for that 25-5 line as a rookie, Tamika Catchings, who we've done a video about earlier, which was a really popular video when Tamika spoke out for Caitlin Clark, which was great. She did it 7 times her rookie year. Diana Taurasi did it 5 times her rookie year. And of course, Caitlin Clark already has five in 15 games. She still has 25 games to play. Now, again, that could be destroyed by the coaching and everything we've seen. I mean, I mentioned it in another video, so just real quick, if you saw in that game, Caitlin started out really quick with 7 points. She was hot, although she did it creating her own shot, and then completely disappeared, and nothing was run for her. You ride the hot hand in basketball. She had the hot hand. A decent coach is going to already have a few plays, 3, 4, 5 plays designed specifically for the hot hand to free her up. And the fact that Caitlin Clark basically disappeared the rest of the first half is a sign of a bad coach. Look, she's incredible from distance. She does a lot of other things well, but shooting, she's incredible from distance, but she's most effective when getting those shots in the transition game and pulling up, right? That's when you usually see the logo three or off of screens. Not really running screens for her once in a while, but not really good plays are running for her. And then in transition, when she's looking for that space and that opportunity to get that, her teammates are not passing her the ball, even when they see her. They're not passing her, especially Wheeler and Mitchell. They're simply not doing it. I will say, if offensively speaking, in terms of scoring, if the biggest thing I would see for Caitlin that she needs to work on, which is really odd. I saw this in both. How do I want to put this? 10 to 16 foot range. Let me put it that way. What I was going to say is, I think I was doing another video on this. In that 10 to 16 foot range, that's where she really struggles, right? That in between range. Not a layup, but still inside, say, free throw distance is where she really struggles with. I had a brain freeze. I was trying to remember if I mentioned this in another video or not when I was researching it. I might have mentioned in a video I have about what Sides needs to do to change the offense. So anyway, one thing I wanted to leave you with as well, because now thanks to the last game, she had dipped below the 16 points, but she's back to it. There are only two players in the entire WNBA who are averaging at least 16 points and 6 assists. They're Caitlin Clark and Olympian Jackie Young. And if you want to look at a couple other numbers in terms of their shooting, Jackie's 3-point shooting is 32.9. I think I have that right. I'm going to double check here, but I want to make sure. Jackie is shooting, yeah, 32.9%. And Caitlin Clark is 32.8%, right? Basically identical. Jackie's EFG, 47.9, and Caitlin's is 48.9. Jackie's TS percentage, which includes free throws, 53. Caitlin's is 56. Jackie has the edge in, not turning the ball over as much, but Caitlin has the edge in the statistics they're just talking about, such as the shooting. She's got the edge in assists as well. So anyway, here's some fuel for you. in terms of the Caitlin Clark haters who say she can only shoot threes, or she's just being playing terrible. I mean, if terrible is having numbers better than any player in the league other than Jackie Young when it comes to points and assists, if it's terrible to already have 525 5 games when only two rookies have had that or more, and we could go on and on, then I guess she's terrible, and we'll just all have to accept that. But let me know your comments below in the comment section. Is there anything I missed in terms of Caitlin Clark that you would put out and say, hey, this is something you got to point to too that she does really well? Please let me know. I want to hear it. I do read all the comments. I can't believe how the some of these videos have blown up in terms of the number of comments. So look, I do read all of them, even the really nice ones that talk about like my dead mom and dad and stuff like that, and I'm a racist and all these other things. I read those too, and they're welcome because YouTube likes comments. So I do read them. I apologize that it's gotten to the point where I couldn't possibly respond to all of them, but I do read every single one, so I really do appreciate it. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you get a chance. I would appreciate that as well, and I will talk to you later.